Our world runs on systems. These systems are the unseen forces that keep our daily lives running smoothly. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, we rely on these intricate networks to provide us with electricity, clean water, and safe transportation. Intricate networks of computers control our power grids, water treatment plants, and transportation systems. These systems are the backbone of our modern society, ensuring that everything functions seamlessly. These are not your average desktops. They are highly specialized machines designed to handle complex tasks and operate in demanding environments. These are industrial control systems, or ICS. They are the unsung heroes of our infrastructure, working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep everything running smoothly. They are the silent guardians of our modern infrastructure. Without them, our world would come to a standstill. But what happens when these guardians become vulnerable? In an age where cyber threats are ever present, the security of these systems is more critical than ever. Imagine a city plunged into darkness, water supply disrupted, traffic signals blinking erratically. The chaos that would ensue is unimaginable. This is not a scene from a dystopian movie. This is a very real possibility if these systems are compromised. This is the potential consequence of cyber attacks on ICS. The impact of such an attack could be devastating, affecting millions of lives. The stakes are incredibly high, lives are at risk. The safety and security of our society depend on the integrity of these systems. These systems, often hidden in plain sight, are the backbone of our civilization. They are the unsung heroes that keep our world running smoothly. They are complex, interconnected, and essential for our daily lives. The intricate web of connections between these systems ensures that our modern world functions seamlessly. Protecting them is not just about data security, it's about safeguarding our very way of life. The importance of cybersecurity and protecting these systems cannot be overstated. It's about ensuring that our power grids remain operational, our water supply remains clean, and our transportation systems remain safe. It's about protecting the very fabric of our society. The role of ICS in our world is critical, and we must do everything in our power to protect them. ICS, for all their sophistication, are not invincible. They are riddled with vulnerabilities, each one a potential entry point for malicious actors. Think of them as cracks in a fortress wall, small, seemingly insignificant, yet capable of bringing down the entire structure. There are buffer overflows, integer bugs, and pointer manipulation flaws. These are not mere technical glitches. They are open invitations for attackers to wreak havoc. And then there are the more insidious threats, format string attacks, directory traversal vulnerabilities, and the dreaded DLL hijacking. These vulnerabilities are not theoretical. They are real, they are exploitable, and they are being exploited right now by criminals, hacktivists, and even nation-states. The consequences can be catastrophic. Imagine a container. It has a fixed capacity. Now imagine someone trying to force more into it than it can hold. The container overflows, spilling its contents everywhere. This is a buffer overflow, a classic vulnerability in software. In ICS, this overflow can have devastating consequences. Attackers exploit buffer overflows to inject malicious code. This code can then take control of critical systems, causing malfunctions or complete shutdowns. Remember Stuxnet, that infamous worm that crippled Iran's nuclear program? It exploited a buffer overflow. The danger of buffer overflows lies in their ability to bypass security measures. They exploit weaknesses in the very foundation of the software, giving attackers a foothold within the system. Section 4. Integer bugs when numbers go haywire. Computers think in numbers, specifically in integers. These integers have limits. They are the building blocks of all digital systems, from the simplest calculator to the most complex supercomputer. But what happens when these limits are pushed too far? When these limits are exceeded, it's like a car's odometer rolling over back to zero. Imagine driving a car and suddenly seeing the mileage reset to zero. It's confusing and potentially dangerous. In the digital world, this phenomenon is known as integer overflow or underflow. This is an integer overflow or underflow. Seems harmless, right? Just a number resetting. But in reality, it can have serious consequences. When a number exceeds its maximum value, it wraps around to the minimum value, and vice versa. This can lead to unexpected behavior in software systems, not in the world of ICS. Industrial control systems are the backbone of critical infrastructure, managing everything from power plants to water treatment facilities. Here, precision and accuracy are paramount. Imagine a pressure sensor in a power plant. This sensor is responsible for monitoring the pressure within a reactor. An integer overflow could cause it to misread the pressure, leading to a potential explosion. The consequences of such an error are catastrophic. An integer overflow could cause it to misread the pressure, leading to a potential explosion. The safety systems might not activate in time, and the results could be devastating, not just for the plant but for the surrounding area as well. Or consider a valve controlling the flow of chemicals. This valve needs to open and close precisely to regulate the flow of potentially hazardous substances. An integer underflow could cause it to malfunction, leading to a toxic spill. The valve might remain open or closed longer than intended, causing an overflow or shortage of chemicals, which could result in a dangerous situation. Integer bugs are particularly insidious because they can be difficult to detect. They often lie dormant in the code, unnoticed until the exact conditions are met to trigger them. This makes them a ticking time bomb in any software system. They lurk in the code, waiting for the right conditions to wreak havoc. Developers must be vigilant, constantly testing and reviewing their code to catch these bugs before they cause real-world problems. The stakes are high and the margin for error is slim. In conclusion, while numbers may seem simple and straightforward, their management in digital systems is anything but. Integer bugs remind us that even the smallest errors can have massive repercussions. Vigilance, thorough testing, and robust safety protocols are essential to prevent these digital mishaps from turning into real-world disasters. Section 5. Pointer manipulation, a dangerous game of memory. Pointers are like addresses in computer memory. They are essential components in programming, acting as references to specific locations in the system's memory. Just as you would use a home address to find a particular house, pointers direct the system to where data is stored. They tell the system where to find specific data. This allows programs to access and manipulate data efficiently, making them a fundamental part of many software applications. Now imagine someone tampering with these addresses. If an attacker can change where a pointer directs, they can potentially access or alter data that they shouldn't be able to. This is pointer manipulation, a powerful technique that can grant attackers unauthorized access to sensitive information or even control over the system. By redirecting pointers, they can make the system behave in unexpected ways, often to the detriment of the user. In the wrong hands, pointer manipulation can be devastating. It can lead to data breaches, system crashes, and other severe consequences that can compromise the integrity and security of a system. Attackers can use it to alter system settings, steal data, or even inject malicious code. This can result in unauthorized access to sensitive information, financial loss, and damage to an organization's reputation, or even inject malicious code. This malicious code can then be used to further exploit the system, spread malware, or create backdoors for future attacks. It's like giving a stranger the keys to your house and telling them to make themselves at home. Once inside, they can do anything they want, from stealing valuables to causing damage. Pointer manipulation is a complex vulnerability to exploit, requiring a deep understanding of the system's architecture and memory management. However, for those with the necessary skills, the rewards can be substantial, but the payoff for attackers can be enormous. Successful exploitation can give them control over critical systems, access to valuable data, and the ability to cause widespread disruption. It's a stark reminder that even the most sophisticated systems can be compromised if the attackers know where to look. This highlights the importance of robust security measures and constant vigilance in protecting against such threats. Organizations must invest in comprehensive security training for their staff, implement advanced monitoring tools, and regularly update their systems to guard against these vulnerabilities. Regular vulnerability assessments and penetration testing can help identify and mitigate potential weaknesses before they can be exploited by attackers. By staying informed and proactive, organizations can better protect themselves against the dangerous game of memory manipulation and ensure the safety and security of their systems and data.